Hey guys, Abraham Gomez here. I'm here with NFT.NYC. I'm with brantly.eth. Sorry. Brantly.eth at ENS.
Yep.
Couldn't remember your title, so if you want to
That's
go
okay.
ahead and let people know.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm Director of Operations at ENS. I'm happy to be here. This is a great event.
So, yeah, you've been part of ENS, and ENS is something that I think most people here have utilized. It allows you to receive your .eth or .eth address. How many do you consider yourself like one of the largest NFTs in a sense in the world, since everyone's able to get .eth?
Yeah, oh yeah. No, ENS is the best NFT community in the world. It's also the longest continuously running NFT community that I'm aware of because it predates CryptoPunks by about 6 weeks or so, 5-6 weeks, and it predates Curio Cards by about 5 days. And there were NFT projects before that. I mean, Ethereum, there was colored coins on Bitcoin, a lot of things, but not ones that have like been continuously running since then. And yeah, anybody can get an ENS name, and it's a NFT that's actually useful too. So I think it's great.
Not only is it incredibly useful, you're able to attach your wallet, receive coins through your .eth address, and the other thing is the cost is so low. I mean, it's one of the cheapest NFTs that you're able to purchase. The utility is quite amazing and quite immense. I'd love to understand the pricing model and why you guys are able to, or people are able to mint at such a low cost.
Yeah, well, so the ENS protocol fee to mint is low, but of course gas costs are extremely high, so that ends up being like 95% of it, unfortunately, which is too bad. But so there's actually several different types of ENS names. So most people have heard of .eth names.
Right.
Those are native to ENS, and those have a cost scale to time registered, meaning the longer you want to have it, the more you have to pay, and the rate that you're paying is determined by how long the name is. So if it's 5 characters or longer, it's $5 a year. If it's 4 characters, it's $160 a year. This is all paid in Ether. And if it's 3 characters, then it's $640 a year. And then 1 and 2 character names are not available. The reason for that is because shorter names are far, far rarer, like exponentially rarer, more desirable, and we're all about use. We're not really big on speculation. I mean, people do it, but we always prioritize use over speculation. And our thinking is like, if you're not getting at least $164 of value a year out of a 3-letter .eth name, then just get like a slightly longer name. Spend $5 a year and let someone else maybe try to get use out of that. But I should also mention you can have subdomains on ENS, and those have no protocol fee at all. And then you can also import in names from DNS into ENS with the same DNS ending. So you don't even have to have .eth on ENS. And those have no ENS protocol fee at all. So for subdomains and DNS names imported, you only have the gas cost to set up, but then there is no ongoing fee.
Yeah, it's such a great service, and like we can't thank you. The community and us cannot thank you enough for allowing us to do this. I remember the early days on ENS, how difficult it was to purchase a domain name, and it's become a lot more simple. Yeah, it's so great. So thank you for the continued work.
Yeah, can I talk about what you can do with ENS?
Yeah. Do you want to?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Okay, great. Yeah, so you already mentioned simplified crypto payments, and that is like a primary use case. But I would actually say that's not the main use case. So the main use case is that your ENS name is your cross-platform Web3 username and profile. Yeah. So it actually identifies your Ethereum account. You've seen people do this manually on Twitter. There's .eth names all over Twitter. But if you set what's called your primary ENS name, then that will be automatically used as your username across Web3. So like on Etherscan, Uniswap, Sushi, OpenSea, CryptoVoxels, Snapshot, tons of places. Like if you connect your wallet or log in, boom, it's using your ENS name to identify you rather than like an abbreviated 0x address. We also added recently NFT avatar support. So what that means is that if you have an NFT avatar that you own, you can set that as the avatar for your ENS profile, and then that avatar will show up next to your name in certain dApps. That's really powerful. We plan on adding NFT header image support in the future. You can also store like a Twitter address, your GitHub, a Discord, whatever you want. And this really flips the old model. So in Web 2, you have a username and account like siloed on each service, which is fine. I mean, that's just like one model. But in Web3, it's the opposite. You own your username and profile and your account, and you bring that with you to each service.
Right.
So ENS, we think of it, it's your username like for the internet.
Right.
And I would say it's the only thing like that that's really gotten significant adoption. So I'd say that's actually the main use case.
Yeah, and I love that. I have a blockchainmaverick.eth, so it's so nice to be able to view that across Web3 or Ethereum. So I've heard about the potential DAO or the DAO that you guys have been working on, and the listing happening maybe soon. Are you able to discuss that a little bit?
Absolutely. So on Monday, we announced that ENS is doing a DAO and governance token. And then yesterday, we actually published more information about the how the distribution is going to work. And basically what it comes down to is while the core components of ENS are decentralized and self-running and don't need any governance, like nobody can take your .eth name away from you. There's no governance there. Just programmatically, that's the case. There are a few parameters in ENS that do require human discretion. Things like what should the pricing model be, and like we don't want to hard code that for the next 100 years. That doesn't seem practical. And also, like, what should we do with the money that's raised? We consider this a public utility. There's no investors behind this. There's no for-profit company. We've been supported by the Ethereum Foundation. We view this as a public utility. So, like, what should happen to the money? That requires human discretion. So the DAO is going to control things like that. There's, like over 137,000 accounts are going to be getting tokens. It has to do with the length of time that you've had ENS names, not the number of names that you have. You can read more about it on Twitter. We have a link to a blog post that explains everything. And then they will be open for claiming next Monday. And right now, what we're asking people to do is to apply to be a delegate. So in the token claim process, we're going to ask people to choose a community member that they will delegate their voting power to, that they can vote on their behalf. The reason for that is that most people don't have the time to like follow the governance and like consider things and vote, but we still want them to be represented. And so if you want to be listed on the token claim website as a potential person for people to delegate to, we have a process for you basically to apply. And so we have more information about that on Twitter and on our blog. And so now's the time for that.
That's incredibly exciting. So for you viewers, make sure if you're interested in reading through everything and providing great votes based off of your research, definitely sign up for that. Okay, so Brantly, one last thing. We're here at NFT.NYC. You've been here since Monday. You see the electric atmosphere. What's your thoughts on the current state of NFTs? And I'd love to know about your excitement about being here.
Yeah, well, it is an incredible event. You guys are putting on an incredible event. And Jody has really been a visionary on this because he started this conference several years ago when NFTs were really, really, really tiny. And frankly, NFTs are actually still, in a sense, tiny in terms of the number of people who use them, but obviously culturally they've gone mainstream. I mean, it's like insane, the growth we've seen. I think NFTs are foundational technology, are going to transform the entire world. I think they're the basis of just property in general. I think what we've seen in the last year, the art NFTs and like profile pic NFTs, things like this, I think they're just like the first killer use cases. Partly because they're like the easiest, because they're natively digital. They like don't really do anything, where you just display them somewhere. It's like very, very simple. I think those have taken off, but my expectation is that NFTs will be used for like everything. Anything that is non-fungible, whether it's a ticket or your house deed or anything, it's all going to be NFTs. So I'm extremely bullish on NFTs as a general technology.
Thank you. Thank you for your time, Brantly. We appreciate it. For you guys watching, thank you guys for viewing. We can't thank you enough. You guys have a good one. See you next year.